Can keep my hands on myself. Think I'll dust them off, put them back up on the shelf. Yes, my little baby girl is in need. Am I coming out of left field?
Have you ever come into the office and thought to yourself, how am I going to accomplish my goals, get in the leadership game, and make an impact on the world?
If you thought yes, well then you are in luck. Because in this short documentary, we are going to explore how you can achieve impact within your reach through give back, professional development, celebration, and inspiration. Whether it's in the boardroom, the C-suite, or our federal and state government. It's time for women to get in the game and level the playing field for women representation in leadership. In these next series of interviews, we are going to go deep in order to explore the raw, unfiltered truth and to unleash your passion and advance to your full potential.
Hey, are you ready? We are going to be asking a series of questions that we believe will inspire women to step up to the plate in future leadership roles. These questions are going to be intense. If at any time you feel uncomfortable, just press the easy button.
That was easy.
Are you ready? Let's talk giving back. How do you give back to your team, to Cisco? Are you a mentor?
I am, actually. I participate actively in our formal mentoring program.
Do you give good advice?
I try to. I definitely try to. I've over a long career, I've made a lot of mistakes, so hopefully I can impart that wisdom on others.
So, according to a lot of your social media posts, it appears that you like yoga.
I might be slightly obsessed with it.
Does that help you find work-life balance? Would you be able to show me some poses in person today?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right.
Friends.
All right, so we're gonna do crow pose, which is like a super, super balanced and like relaxing pose. Ready?
Sounds easy.
All right, let's do it. Okay, so you're just gonna put your hands down. You're gonna put your knees and your elbows. Yeah, basically. And then just lift up. That's it. Super easy.
That was easy. That was easy. That was easy.
I got it?
You totally got it.
I feel so good.
So good, right? Yeah.
How do you give back to your team in Cisco? Are you a mentor?
I am a mentor, yes.
Do you give good advice?
I don't know, Kristen, I gave you advice once. What do you think? Do I give good advice?
Like the one time you kept apologizing to me for rambling because you had 2 margaritas at lunch?
That was easy.
Thank you.
I'd say I picked up a few things.
I wanna be on the cover of Forbes magazine.
Let's talk development. Would you describe yourself as kind of a big deal?
I'm a very humble person, so I would describe myself as a moderately big deal.
Describe the moment you realized you were a big deal in your humbleness.
Probably around kindergarten. It was apparent at that juncture.
Would you describe yourself as kind of a big deal?
No.
Would you like to become one?
No.
What steps are you taking to get there?
To be a big deal?
Let's talk development. Do you have a personal brand?
Yes.
Do you have a logo to go with it?
Yes.
What does it look like?
It looks like a fire symbol.
Could you quickly sketch it on a whiteboard?
Sure.
I wanna be on the cover of.
Brian, what's your presence on the World Wide Web?
I would say that I have a pretty significant social footprint across multiple platforms.
If your peers' team were to roast you, what would they say?
I have a penchant for swag, and I do enjoy sporting events.
Especially if they're corporate funded.
Those are my favorite.
And what about your ability to use large words?
Kristen, let's not engage in hyperbole here, okay?
Anyway, if you were building a top 10 list of things not to do in a professional setting, what story would you tell?
So, my first week at Cisco, took a phone call for one of my directors at the time. Thought I asked all the right questions, passed on the call to him. Great order coming in, sounded like a sales order. He walked out with a big grin on his face. Apparently they wanted to buy tomatoes and onions. It was the wrong Cisco.
One day, I was presenting to the C-level executives a merger and acquisition plan. I was on the projector sharing my screen, and a direct message comes across from my boss asking me if I had cough implants. I had no idea what that was or what he was talking about, so I went to look at it, had to take a second read, taken aback by it, and then I had to regain my composure and go right back to the presentation.
So I was in a customer meeting once with another reseller, account manager, and we were presenting to the customer 3 options for their core switch refresh. And the reseller said in the meeting, so we prepared your 3 options. This one here, this is the cheap option. You're not going to do stackable switches for your core refresh. So let's just throw that out. This option here, well, this is the most expensive option. You're not doing dual supervisors and dual 6500s. So let's just throw that one out. And let's talk about the one that you are going to buy.
Oh, so frustrating. This reminds me of, I was on that customer call. It was a very important customer. And the host of the call puts me and the customer on hold. So we were both waiting and waiting. And then all of a sudden he comes back and said, sorry guys, I had to go purchase my Alanis Morissette tickets.
We had our FY20 kickoff this year, and I was traveling to Albuquerque and was in kind of a hurry. Arrived the night before in Albuquerque, was dressed casually, and then I had a meeting with the CIO after our FY20 kickoff the next day. So I wake up that day, had stayed up late working and that sort of thing, woke up and proceeded to put on my dress pants. And I brought dress pants because I was meeting with the CIO. Usually I'd wear jeans or something like that. But went to put on my dress pants, and I got to about my knee and realized that they weren't my dress pants, they were my 18-year-old son's dress pants, and they weren't gonna fit. So I did our FY20 kickoff in shorts. Then I had to go to Target in about 15 minutes and buy Target dress pants in preparation for the meeting with the CIO.
Several years ago when I first joined Cisco, I was working on a $25 million wireless project for a large hospitality customer. And as you can imagine, we had cross-functional teams working between us, the partner, and the end customer. There was a pretty active deliberation around some of the architectural components, and there were a lot of emotions on our side specifically. And the lead systems architect that was driving kind of the bill of materials and the project from our perspective on the technical front had responded to an email thread in which he thought it was just internal, and he referred to the customer leads and principals as morons.
A customer once told me to throw a competitor's phone against the wall, and I was like, wow, that's wildly inappropriate. But they kept asking and they kept pressuring me, and I thought, well, if I'm gonna cave to this kind of peer pressure, I'm gonna do it on my terms. So I decided that I was gonna drop kick the phone, immediately realizing that was a terrible idea because the only thing that prevented me from breaking my toe was my pretty little red Stuart Weitzman pump that now had a huge divot in it.
What is this thing? I haven't seen one of these in years. Supposedly files. Oh, so in a situation where I would say something came up recently is when I was with one of the people that we work with, along with one of my customers, a C-level executive and his wife, and this other person really wasn't in the right frame of mind at this sporting event, and decided to just talk about how much he loved this gentleman's onions. He loved to talk about the green onions, the purple onions, but the worst was, and it was like a freight train coming, I could see it coming, is when he went to the bulk aisle and he really wanted to describe how much he loved this gentleman's nuts.
And we were chatting in WebEx over the topic, and one of the team members on this other person's team was getting really excited. And so I thought, or this person thought, how cool to show that they're also technical, and so they wanted to use a WebEx bot to express that. So they tested it out first, and they said, Chester, WebEx bot, send me a GIF of Brad Pitt dancing because he's so excited. And it worked, and it sent a GIF of Brad Pitt dancing from Burn After Reading, if you've seen that movie. And this person thought, okay, great. And then they went into the WebEx chat space with the rest of the team, who they had been leading for about a week. And they said, hey, WebEx bot, send me a GIF of Brad Pitt dancing. And the WebEx bot royally failed and sent a GIF of Brad Pitt naked from the movie Troy, which is very different from Burn After Reading. Because it was from a WebEx bot and not the person, it can't be deleted.
So there was this guy once that went to this team party that was on a lake with a bunch of people, right? And we had some team changes at the leadership level I was not aware of. But we decided to go out to this team event and boating on the lake. It was a lot of fun. There was alcohol being consumed. A lot of alcohol being consumed. And later on in the day, it just got hot, and so this guy just decided to take all of his clothes off and just run around in his underwear like a crazy person. And then later, the boss came by, and this guy saw the boss, this new OD, who he had never met before, and decided the best course of action was just to jump off the boat and start swimming.
Now, when you say this guy, are we talking about Rydell or somebody else?
I mean, it is within the realm of possibility that it may have been me.
Let's talk celebration. How do you celebrate a job well done?
I usually like to put out an email. Give the individual an opportunity to be celebrated in front of their peers, publicly in a team meeting, something of that nature.
How do you celebrate a job well done?
Red wine. Ask me how I celebrate a job done poorly.
Red wine.
Red wine.
That was easy.
Do you have a victory dance to go with your red wine?
Thank you. So the truth of the matter is I've not danced since 1993. So I got my life I was not a dance. So no, but I can make one up.
Yeah, we'd like to see that.
I don't think you would. I really don't think you would.
If you want, we'll keep it and ask.
That would, yeah. Let's do like show.
How do you celebrate a job well done?
I always recognize the team and tell them how valuable they are and what a great job they've done. And then I very quickly go home and drink wine.
Sounds about right. Do you find yourself doing a victory dance while drinking said wine?
No.
You don't have a victory dance?
No.
You don't have a victory dance?
No.
Oh my God, you need a victory dance.
Check my nails, baby, how you feeling? Head talk, check my nails, baby, how you feeling? Head talk, check my nails, and do your head talk, check my nails, baby, how you feeling? Head talk, check my nails, baby, how you feeling? Head talk, check my nails, baby, how you feeling? And we gon' be all head talk, check my
collaboration. What does each for equal mean to you?
So that's actually something that's pretty deeply personal to me and something I'm really passionate about. I've got 2 daughters, and so literally from the day they were both born, I've encouraged them to chase their dreams and not allow themselves to foresee any types of limitations to what they may accomplish. So on days like this, I'm reminded of the positive progress that we're making from a corporate perspective, but also overall in society in terms of really driving towards a level playing field and a lot of diversity.
Each for Equal means to me getting more women in the technology field and into science, and I am a fairly new mom of 2 girls. And I would love that down the road they have every opportunity that anyone else could have to get into technology and to get into leadership.
So Each for Equal to me means that we are actively investing and developing talent at every level within an organization, and making sure that everyone who shows the right characteristics, skill sets, and desire and motivation to move up or move around is getting that development regardless of what gender they are or what age they are, or whatever the case may be.
For me, it means equal opportunity. One of the things that I've been really blessed over my life is to have some exposure to diversity. And on my team now, I've got a number of younger women that are on my team. And one of the things that's really blown me away is just how different their perspective is on a number of different things. So seeing those different perspectives really changes your view of the world and is really humbling. So that equal type of opportunity, that equal playing field where we can learn from one another is what it means for me.
I'll be the last one standing, 2 hands in the air, I'm a champion. You'll be looking up at me when it's over. I live for the battle, I'm a soldier. Yeah, I'm a fighter like Rocky. Put your flag on your back like Ali. Yeah, I'm the greatest, I'm stronger. Bet my dues, can't lose, I'ma own ya. Hey, I've been working my whole life, and now it's do or die. I am invincible, unbreakable, unstoppable, unshakable. They knock me down, I get up again.
That was easy.
What now? You gonna ask me a question or what? Am I supposed to stand here forever?
And kind of hook them together. And then you're going to put your hands down and swing forward. This is so relaxing.
Yeah, we look totally balanced. Each for equal.
Each for equal.
No, we're not going forward? No, baby steps.
Where's the music? Do you have a victory dance?
Of course. Heck yeah.
Can keep my hands on myself.